everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brenda, and for today's video we are going to be going through our backyard makeover, which I'm so excited to share with you guys. This has been a work in progress within the last 3 weeks, and I'm so happy with the way it's turned out, and I'm just very excited to share it with you all. So this space in our backyard has been pretty much empty for the last 2 years, pretty much since we moved in. We never really did anything to it. We have a pool, and we just kind of like never really used the outdoor space. So I really wanted to focus on revamping the backyard this year because I just want to hang out here, and like, you know, although I'm a homebody, I do like being outside, and I just wanted to have a little bit of an outdoor space where I can just relax, have the kids play outside, and I can read a book, have some wind chimes, you know, just have a nice outdoor set or vibe. So anyways, today's video is sponsored by Sunjoy, so thank you Sunjoy for sponsoring today's video. I'm so excited to be working with them. I've heard all about them for a very long time, and I'm just so blessed to be able to work with them for this video. So anyways, thank you Sunjoy, and today we're going to be building one of their gazebos, which is so stunning. I'm so excited to show you guys how it's going to turn out. But anyways, if you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and let's go ahead and hop right into it. Alright, so as you guys can see here, we are getting our gazebo delivered, and it was super easy delivery. There was no hassles or anything. They actually drop it off at your driveway, but little tip here, if you tip your driver, they actually might be willing to bring it all the way to wherever you need it to be. So he brought it all the way to the backyard, and here you can basically see what it used to look like. Here's the before. It just wasn't cute at all. We actually had a concrete table and like benches. You can see like the dents of where it used to be, and it just wasn't cute. So I really wanted to just transform the space and make it more of an oasis. So anyways, this is what it looks like. Just very empty. The lights ended up coming down and going on the gazebo, but we basically set out to build this gazebo. I actually reached out to my dad, and he came over and helped us. So it was a team of 3. It was myself, my dad, and my best friend. And basically it is straightforward. Honestly, the easiest gazebo I've ever built for not ever building one before. So what we did, and I recommend doing, is to separate everything. Take everything out of the box, lay it out, get to know your parts, know what's gonna go where, and just clean up your space by having everything laid out and clean and just ready to go for assembly. As you can see here, everything is labeled. Super easy to understand. There is no written instructions, but if you just look at the pictures, it's actually very easy. There are some areas where you might have to think about it just a little bit, but nothing too complicated. So the first thing that we started with is the posts, and those are pretty simple to do. It's probably the easiest thing out of all of it. So here you can see my dad drilling in the holes for the posts, and obviously I was over there chatting it up. He actually ended up scolding me. Not anything, he wasn't like getting me in trouble, but he's like, all right, like let's get to it. So basically you don't need 3 people. It is very helpful to have 3, but it's not completely necessary. So I basically was like the project manager of this whole thing. Like I was just keeping up with the booklet, seeing like, okay, what's next, and bringing in the pieces, so that way we just moved quicker. And obviously my best friend Trilyn, she helped with like holding things up or whatever. I think that's where the third person really comes in handy, is just like if we need a screw or something and we're both holding something, then that third person can bring it over. Okay, so I actually never really thought about it, but I think we're gonna put it sideways like this. I think it'll fit, and that way both posts won't be in the grass, and it'll save us a lot of money too, not having to put concrete over there, and then we can just instead pay for artificial turf. That way we have like a play area for the kids instead of just concrete, so it's like a softer, you know, ground. But I think this is gonna work. I kind of just laid it out. I haven't measured it yet. I'm just kind of trying to envision it, but I think this is gonna look really good actually. Once the posts were done, that's like the easiest part. So we kind of placed them where we thought they're gonna go, and then we started building the top part of it, which is gonna connect all 4 posts with them. And basically you build those, and they're gonna be stacked in 2s. So we started bringing all the wood pieces, and then we built that. And as you can see here, they basically connect 2 pieces, and then the other 2, like another long piece, is gonna stack with this one. Hopefully that makes sense. You'll be able to see it later on in the video, but it was honestly the easiest thing. It's just basically assembling everything. That's what's time consuming. But we were able to finish this in, I believe, 8 to 9 hours. We started at 10:30, and we were done like around 6, 7. We did have a little bit of a break there because it was really, really hot that day, but it was honestly very easy and straightforward. All right, so we've got the posts up, and the most difficult part here was to figure out which way these were supposed to face. Obviously kind of guiding by the little like post like holder thingies. Another thing that I'd like to mention too is that if you do screw up in any of this, it's very forgiving, which is great because a lot of pieces aren't. So now that we have the base built, we just started kind of messing around with it, seeing where it was gonna go. As you can see, we have a pool gate, so we needed to make sure that it would be able to pretty much go around it. So we just kind of played around with it, and then after that, then you start building everything else, which comes all the metal pieces, and that was also super easy to put together. It's just the whole putting it together, which is time consuming, but it's not difficult or not understandable. So anyways, we just basically created the whole frame. Here you can see they're both screwing in together instead of just one person. So that just kind of speeds up the process, and I'm just holding it to make sure it's in place. And then after that, it just went up. It was super easy, just screw it all in. If you have a drill with a bit that fits this exact same size, it'll make the process even faster because you're not manually screwing anything in. So I definitely recommend doing that as well. And then the final little like arch thingy. So my best friend actually helped my dad with this because I was really short and I couldn't reach. But anyways, that was basically it. And after that, all you're doing is putting up the panels, and they're so easy to do. You literally just slide them on top, make sure that they're in their place, and then you just screw it all in. It's like the easiest thing. I'm telling you guys, it's so easy. So then now that we're done with the gazebo, I went ahead and headed over to a nursery local to Marietta, and I went looking for some plants that I could use to decorate around the gazebo, and I was able to find some beautiful rose vines. As you can see here, they're kind of blooming already, and I just fell in love with them. I think I might end up using them for like a trellis, but for now I put them in my gazebo. It's a lady something rose. But anyways, they are so gorgeous. All right, so we're finishing up the outdoors today. Hopefully by tomorrow we'll be fully done. Right now I'm going to put in this potting mix into these pots that I got from Lowe's. They're really cute. I think these were $34, and the ones that I had bought initially from at home were $49. So I actually saved a good amount of money, and they're like double the size. The only issue is they don't have any draining holes, so Miko right now went to go get a drill so we can make that. And I'm gonna pot these in there, and they're just these really pretty like rose vines. I don't know if they're gonna stay here permanently, but they do look really cute. Just like imagine it kind of growing under the gazebo, and then we'll just trim it to make sure it stays pretty much like this short. So anyways, that's what we got going on here. And then this is the patio set that I ended up purchasing. So I don't know if I showed you guys the one from Walmart, but I actually didn't end up liking it. It didn't really fit my vibe. I think this fits my vibe a little bit better. This one is from Costway, but I bought it with Target, and I think it was like $450. So it's a really nice set. I really love it, and it just turned out really cute. So this is the set that I decided to go with. And then, as you can see, that likes to slide over. But the curtains I also really like. They're just like these really pretty sheer ones that just, you know, gives it kind of like that vibe. I don't know if you guys have watched, if you guys have ever seen Great Gatsby, but like there's a scene where there's like these sheer curtains in their house, and it just kind of sets a vibe. So that's what I was going for with these. Yeah. And yeah, so now once we're done with the potting and stuff, now I just need to decorate like the coffee table, maybe add like a couple more pillows on there or something, and that's pretty much it. I hung the lights, so that's done. And other than that, the rug is obviously getting dirty, but that's okay. It's outdoors, so it tends to happen. We have a little drain hole right here, so the water kind of starts leaning this way anyway. I might try and drag it back just a little bit so it doesn't get wet. All right, and then to remind you of what the before looked like, and here is the after. I am just obsessed with the way it turned out. As you can see, the roses are blooming, and it's just, I love this space so much. The gazebo really just transformed this space, and I'm so happy that I can finally come out here and read a book, or, you know, just hang out, maybe take a little nap, or, you know, do pretty much anything out here. Maybe have, you know, our lunch out here and just enjoy the outdoors. The kids can run around, they can play. I actually bought some water tables so that they can play outside while I sit there and enjoy, you know, a snack or read a book or whatnot. And I'm just so happy with the way this turned out. Definitely let me know what you guys think, and I'll let you enjoy the rest of this.
If I'm honest, you're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you. Ooh, ooh, you, ooh, ooh.
So now that you guys got a look into this space, I want to talk a little bit about my thought process into how this all came together, the design process obviously, and then what's next. So as you guys can see, I bought this furniture set from Target, and basically it's not like fully done. I feel like there's still a couple pieces missing. I don't want to put a lot into it just because it is an outdoor space. It will get dirty, and I don't want to have more to clean. So I just want to keep it, you know, useful, practical, but not too cluttered to where I have a lot to clean and all that stuff. So you guys saw in the video, the rug is already dirty. So the rug was the first thing that went in, because I went to IKEA, and then my dog immediately went and had the zoomies in the mud, and then she just stomped all over it. So I was like, okay, we're off to a bad start here, but it's all right, it's fine. I did pick a white rug, so that's part my fault. But anyways, the rug is the first thing that went in. Obviously that's already dirty. I'm gonna try and wash it. I mean, it is an outdoor rug, so I'm gonna see if it cleans pretty easily. But like I said, I want to keep it very minimal. I just want to be surrounded by plants mainly, and just give it more of a, you know, like oasis kind of vibe. So for the curtains, I was like debating if I wanted to do like maybe some nice heavy like linen type curtains, or just something more beigey, more my tones, obviously with the monochrome or whatever. But I don't know if you guys have watched The Great Gatsby, but there's a scene in there where basically their house has like these sheer curtains all over the place, and the wind is blowing, and it's just a whole vibe. And that's what I wanted for this space, is to have something where I could still see through in terms of safety as well, but it also just set like a nice oasis kind of vibe. So when the wind is blowing, it's kind of just doing its own thing, it's kind of flowing, but also, like I mentioned, for safety reasons, I can see through them in case, for example, I have them closed, and for some reason anything happens in the pool, like I'm not blocked by my view. So that's the reason why I went with clear sheer curtains, and they work perfect. As you guys can see right now, the wind is blowing. Oh my god, that's such a vibe. I love it. So anyways, I love that. And then I also added a wind chime. For some reason it doesn't really do chimey noises. I don't know if maybe it's too heavy, or I'm not entirely sure. So I'm going to buy, I think, 2 more, and I'm going to add one to this side, and then I'm going to add one to this side. So whenever the wind is blowing in whatever direction, a wind chime is always going to be going off. So I do want to have that wind chime vibe back here, because I just love it. And with the mix of the little waterfalls in our pool, I think that just kind of sets the ambience. So I'm going to be doing that. And then on over to the right side of the gazebo, we have a grass area. So that area, for some reason, is always filled with gnats. It's always muddy. I don't know if there's a leak or something, but we need to get that figured out. I think what we're going to end up doing is we're going to rip out all of the grass and put artificial turf to keep it more cleaner, just because the kids, they like to get messy and all that, and then I don't want the dogs peeing and pooing over here, so I want to keep it more to where I can see what's going on. Like with artificial turf, when we had it back in Arizona, like I could see if there was dog poop in it or whatever. There was no mud mixed in with it. So that's the reason why I want artificial turf on this side. We do have another patch of grass over there where the dogs go. And also for the bugs, there's like this gnat issue. I don't know why. I bought this like spray and it kills them, but they come back. So yeah, that's another reason why I want to make this more of a cleaner space. So anyways, that's plans for the future. I think it's going to be like about $5,000 or $6,000 to get artificial turf in this area. I think it's like 320 square feet. So it's a little pricey. It's going to take us a little bit before we can do that. If anything, I might just buy the turf myself and then just lay it out and not get it professionally done, just to have it, and then that way we can get a little playground for the kids. I'd rather them be here in the house and play outside in the backyard than go to an actual park. Although I do take them to the park occasionally, I just rather it be at home where it's safe and not out there in the world. You get me? Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully I don't look crazy, but I'd rather them be here and safe at home than out in public. So anyways, I want to make it as fun as possible for them to have a playground and all that, and obviously I want to get rid of the bugs, so that's why we want to do the grass. And other than that, I mean, for this space, I don't think I'm going to do any other pillows. These are pretty much good enough. And yeah, so very happy with how it turned out. And if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, make sure you do, because that's where I'm going to share the nighttime of this. I added solar lights all around the pool on this side, and then I have string lights hanging on the gazebo, so that's also going to be very, very pretty. And then I think at some point I'm going to get some candles and then like some glass tall vases so that the wind doesn't, you know, turn them off. But yeah, so anyways, the view right now is basically without the pool gate also. So we do have a pool gate, and the videos that you guys have seen don't have the pool gate up. That's gonna go back up, so it's kind of gonna ruin a little bit the aesthetics, but it's for safety reasons, and I'd rather it look ugly than put my babies at risk if they for some reason find their ways to get out of the house without us noticing. Carter has finally figured out how to open the sliding door, so even though it's gonna make it look a little bit ugly, I am gonna have that up. And then it's easy, you can like pull them out easily. So whenever I'm out here, I'll probably just take the pool gate off so they can freely roam and cross from the gazebo to, you know, the house, and they're being supervised. So if in case they do fall into the pool, I'm here. So anyways, yeah, and then we're also on the wait list so they can learn how to swim. So I'm excited for that. That way it's an extra measure in case anything bad would happen, which hopefully never does. But anyways, if you guys have pools, make sure that you teach your children how to swim, and always take every safety measure and precaution that you can, because it is very, very important. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.